What up? No, I'm good. What up, y'all? Welcome back to Pics. It didn't happen. I am the Jewbag Fats King. I am joined as always by my brother, the Yeti.
Hey guys.
It's Yeti's birthday today.
Well, yeah, it is.
Oh shit! And the guy screaming on the other side of the microphone, cat's out of the bag. Gibby motherfucking Stites. What is up,
sir.
Little brother?
Yeah. What's going on? My favorite podcasters. I just want to say it right now. No disrespect to anybody else out there, but these are my favorites right here. They're getting my first interview of 2022.
I fucking love when people say that shit because we ain't nobody but just some dudes trying some shit.
That's how I felt when you reviewed my music video maybe a year and a half ago. That's
Yep. Yeah, see, that's the thing. A lot of the interviews we have with people, it's the first time we're talking to them. But then we got cats like you and some other cats that we got history. We've recorded a few interviews. We've met in person. This isn't just me big upping somebody because I want views. This is a friend of mine. I wanted to say that, by the way.
Absolutely. We have smoked blunts together. Let this be.
It's happening.
There's documented evidence of this.
Yeah, but you can't see it.
I can.
Well, you can, but they can't.
I see
it. So, just since we got that out of the way, I just want to know, how the fuck have you been, brother?
I have been good, to be honest with you. Life has been great, both on the personal and just music-wise. Been creating a lot, releasing a lot, and yeah, man, things are going really, really good right now. I cannot complain about shit.
Congrats to you and the lady, by the way.
Yes.
Why, thank you. Yeah, thank you. Absolutely. I have not been in a relationship pretty much like my whole fucking life, not since high school, and I don't count high school shit, you know what I mean? Yeah, no, I'm very happy right now. You know, everything is going fucking great.
That's good to hear. So the last thing that I got to see you involved in was the Super Show. I wanted to know, how did that come about? How did you get locked into that?
Oh man, the Super Show. That's just knowing the guys, like knowing, you know, Whipstick in particular. Shout out to him. We were talking and I expressed interest and wanted to be on the show. And then he's like, we got Donnie Menace and Keegan Prim and telling me the lineup. And then next thing you know, he said, if I can make it out, I'll be up on it. So man, I was appreciative. You know, shout out to Whipstick, shout out to Super Famous for letting me hop on that show, giving me the opportunity, because it was a great fucking night for the underground, in my opinion.
Oh fuck yeah, it was one of the heaviest bills I've seen that wasn't on a special event. You know what I mean? I mean, exactly. It was a special event. It was a special event.
What was the Super Famous Super Show 2?
Two. One more special shout out to Joe motherfucking Christie, who is
absolutely
just the nicest fucking guy in the underground. Truly a good ass dude. If you fucking work with
dude, awesome man, all of the above. Yeah, man, amazing photographer as well. Shout out to In the Pit on the promotion and the photography end.
Yes.
Yep.
He's bringing shows back to the Midwest.
We're fucking loving it. So what did you think of? Don't do that.
He's loving it. Hey man,
don't do that.
Pusha T wrote that.
Somehow Pusha T wrote that. How fucking crazy is that?
That blows. Hey man, Lil Wayne invented bling bling, so it's like anything is possible.
Yeah, I remember the year that happened, just to show how old I am.
Every time I come around the city, bling bling.
What was your thoughts about the wasteland that is Indiana?
Oh man, it was fucking. So that was my second time in Indiana. I had been at Carl's Tavern last year with Mayday and Steve Burton.
I love that place.
Dude, that lineup was insane too. For such a personal show, you know, like that building was packed for what it is. The chicken wings were bomb as fuck in that place. And dude, just had.
What kind of wings did you get?
Listen, I did not even get wings. I was fed wings by my cousin who had gotten some. So I'm not even. I'm pretty sure they were Buffalo Jones. They were just spicy. But everybody actually got mad at me because I didn't order food while I was there, because I just, you know, it just wasn't on my mind. When I'm about to perform, it's a thing. I don't do it on purpose, but I fast. There's a lot of fucking shows where right after I get done performing, I feel like I'm gonna pass out. I realize I haven't ate like 18 hours for some stupid shit. It's just not on my brain. Like I have no appetite until I get off the stage, and then I'm like, I'm gonna die now.
Yeah. I've heard there's actually some kind of, I think like a researcher, basically they're talking about how like a lot of these uber successful people, they're so busy with things that are going on they just kind of forget about sleep and they forget about food, because if you're not thinking about it, it doesn't affect you as much as you normally would when you're just thinking about it. Because if you're driving in a car, well, oh, I could go for a cheeseburger right now. But if you're like a million things to do and you're just thinking, you're not worried about getting food, and your body's just like, we're good. We'll deal with this later.
I feel like I'm a little too fat for that to be possible.
Well, that's the thing, is like, I clearly, it's not too often because you see the belly on the boy, but it's like those days with shows where it's like, I gotta wake up, gotta pack the merch, gotta count the merch, gotta have the set ready, gotta rehearse the set while I'm driving, gotta get there, ask where I can put my merch at. You know what I mean? And it's just like he just said, basically 100 things going on those show days. So I imagine that full-length tour, it'll be fucked on my stomach.
And the thing is, or you could consider it a crash diet. But then the thing to consider with you, in your case, is you do this all on your own. You don't have any road dogs or anybody that you bring with you for the most part. This is just you.
Yeah, pretty much. I got my one cut. Shout out to cousin Jay. My cousin Jay comes along whenever he's available because he works. He's got a family and his own life, but he is the most reliable motherfucker in my corner. He came to the Super Show with me, and he will help me with the merch and stand there at the booth any moment I can't be. But really, I like to be at the booth as much as I can be anyway. I like to be out there on the floor. I like to be watching the other artists and everything performing. I like to see the show.
That's a good ass attitude to have, because some of these motherfuckers are too cool for school, and even though they're not in the green room, they want to act like they're still VIP. They don't want to talk to people. They don't want to engage with fans. And yeah. I don't understand how the fuck you think you're gonna make it in any kind of music scene being like that.
It's always weird to me when like you're at a place where there isn't even a backstage area and they're trying to hide somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, bro, this is not the kind of event. You're not the kind of artist. We're not the kind of artists that I can understand maybe if like someone wanted to fucking stab us and we got like 1 million obsessors and we're Justin Bieber, you can't be mingling with the crowd or like. But for me personally, when I do something like the Super Show, right, I'm grateful for 2 reasons. One, huge opportunity for me. I get to perform and do my thing as Gibby Stites, but also I get to see a great fucking show. I got to see Donnie Menace. I got to see Fams and the Hooligans for the first time.
Oh,
famous
shit.
Headlining. Yeah,
I did not know that was your first time seeing the Hooligans.
You have no idea, bro. That night, first time seeing Donnie Menace live. Like,
oh, yeah. Donnie's a beast, too.
But with that said, like, I love every minute of it, man. I make music because I enjoy the music and the kind of music that I like, rap music in particular the most, so me going to those, it's always me watching the other performers. That's not like a thing that I'm trying to do on purpose. I'm there because I'm fucking loving it. You know what I mean?
So does that actually tie in with you signing on to do something? Like, do you actually look at the other artists on the bill and be like, oh shit, it's going to be a good show? Or is that always just, an added bonus?
Absolutely. You know what? It does depend. Sometimes it's all business. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, sometimes it is just straight out, hey, we want to hire Gibby Stites to come to this place, and this is, you know what I mean? And they give you a price, and if the price is right, then you kind of find out the details later. But to be real, in this underground scene, a lot of it is so tight knit. You know what I mean? Where it is like so and so, the guy promoting it, everybody performing, or you've heard of a lot of them. So it's like I said, the Super Show, I saw most of the lineup before I got added on. So I wanted to be on that show. I was like anything I could do to get on this whip, like, come on, I want to fucking be involved. You know what I mean? Like, that was a great lineup and I wanted to be there. Other shows, there have been times too where like I just popped the fuck out and I'm not supposed to be there. There was a show I did with Lex in Philly. Shout out to the Hexmaster.
Oh yeah.
King,
Lex the beast.
Shout out to the mans, but he was coming to perform in Philly, and I'm 40 minutes from Philly, so I'm already going to the show, you know what I mean? Lex calls me a few hours before the show, yo, you coming out to Philly tonight to see me? I was like, you know it, bro. He's like, you want to perform? I was like, yeah, fuck it, yup. He's your set on a USB, bring a 10-minute set, and that was literally, I pulled up, I was already going to be in the crowd to see Lex anyway. He hooked me up with a performance slot, knowing I'm going to be there. So one, shout out to him for that. He's a great fucking dude. But two, that to me, like, that's hip hop. That's fucking rap shit right there. It's like,
yeah,
building, can you perform? You damn right, I got a set ready. Let's get it. Like, that makes the night so much more fun. And just, I had a great time that night. The crowd was killer. Like, chilling with Lex is always great.
That brings up a good point that we were talking about the other day. You should always, you have to be prepared. because at any time you get that call, you better be ready or you're gonna look like a fool.
Yeah, because you had a 10-minute set on you. Like you had that. You know what I mean? Who the fuck else just has that but Gibby?
Hey man, I mean, you'd be surprised. There's a lot of motherfuckers who are prepared out here. But I will say what I got is I have a 10-minute set, I have a 15-minute set, I got a 20-minute and a 30-minute that are all pre-made, and I rehearse them at least once or twice a week while I'm riding. I have like a recumbent bike, you know, the bike that sits still. But I'm a bigger dude. I don't like jogging. It's bad on the knees. So I ride my bike and I rehearse those sets while I'm riding the bike. But with that said, when I get for the show and I got time in advance, I'm gonna make a set just for that show. But I got these pre-made ones just in case, dude, because opportunities arise. You know what I mean? You never know when.
Yeah, that's crazy how shit like that just falls in your lap. And from the sound of things, it sounds like it's not the first time something like that happens. If you're literally strapped with sets.
Well, see, you know what? That's just real quick, and I'll let Gibby jump in here. I just want to say, you know, that's the thing with sayings like, you know, falls in your lap or, oh, you're so lucky. Nah, I mean, it falls in my lap because I know like 50 dudes that are doing this. So yeah, one of them's going to call me, and it's going to happen more often than you, who knows a guy that sometimes does this. So, you know,
that's a very good point too. You know,
go ahead.
I've always been out there as far as, like we just said, when I'm at the show, I'm not hiding from anybody. I'm watching everybody set. And if somebody does something dope, I show them love. I buy their merch. I give them props. And I've never had much of a problem making friends, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? Like,
no, not at all. It's very easy going.
Exactly. So that goes with the music shit too. It's just I meet a lot of people and sometimes some cool shit's going on and I'm like, hey, can I get involved? Or sometimes they call me to get involved. But, you know, I like what Paul just said about that. Like, if it's kind of like, you know, the more people you know and the more you're putting yourself out there and letting it be known that you're open for opportunities. I've always let it be known to people. If you're diverse, I got you. If you need an appearance, I got you. Need an interview, I got you. Like, I always let it be known when I'm available that I am available.
Yeah, you got to let people know you're available because, I mean, it seems crazy, but, you know, if you're doing things, you know, if people might assume that, well, he's doing this, he's too busy, you know, I'm not important enough. So they may never reach out thinking that they could actually have that opportunity. So, you know, let people know that you do what you do.
Take a shot. What's the worst you're going to hear? No.
Exactly. No, or maybe a message read at 5:57 p.m.
You know, I feel like that's the worst though, because then it's like you didn't even think I was good enough to get a no out of you. A no doesn't crush me. You know what I mean? If you want to say no isn't the end of the world. I will fucking move on. But that shit where like a motherfucker just like don't say nothing at all. I don't know what you're supposed to do with that.
Yeah, I understand that. I will say though, I'm not one who can talk, and I have a lot of unread messages, but it's never on purpose. I'll say this, man, fuck Instagram for having that second inbox. You know how you got like,
oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't never look at that shit. I'm gonna be straight up. I find people 3 months later who will be like, I bought Still Ill, and I'm like, thank you so much. 3 months later, like I will, because fuck the other inbox first and foremost. And also, it's just, man, I'll say this too. When you reach out to somebody about something business or whatever, like try to let it be known what you're reaching out for in the initial message. There's nothing worse than going through my inbox and all I see is, yo, homie, yo, bro, hey, my man, yo. And I'm like, look, dog, I can't reply to all of y'all. You know who's probably going to get the reply is the whoop whoop guy usually. Like if I'm going through a bunch of yo's and whoops, I'm going to probably hit the whoop whoop back before anything. Well, that's ominous to me. You might want some crazy shit. I don't know what you want.
Yeah, this is true. Yeah, that's a big thing. You know, to your point, in that initial message, like everybody is busy. So, hey, this is who I am. This is what we do. Do you want in? This is the date. Like in and out, and put everything there, because then you know all your cards are on the table. And yes or no, that's all that has to happen at that point.
And do expect if I'm going to be nice when I say this, if it's bad and you're told it's bad, either get better or stop doing it.
Yo, thank you. Can we talk about that for a second?
I didn't intend to, but here we are.
Yeah, man. I'm not saying this to talk about anybody but myself. I want to talk about myself for a minute. You know, I speak on example. I started rapping when I was a kid. I started releasing music to the public online when I was 14 years old. Can't imagine I was that great at age 14. You know what I mean? In my mind, I was great and I was doing it. But with that said, one of my favorite rappers at the time, underground artist, but I'm not gonna say no names because this isn't to bring light to the situation, but it's to prove a point. One of my favorite rappers at the time was doing reviews of songs on a live stream. You know what I mean? And one of my homies sent him my newest video. I'm 15 years old at the time. I probably put out like 2 videos. You know what I mean, in my life. And this rapper who I looked up to very much, I bought all his CDs, loved him to death. He watched my video, got 30 seconds into it and paused it. And he said, "This is the worst shit I've heard all fucking night. This kid go back to the drawing board or just quit entirely, bro." Like he went off, you know what I mean? He was like, "This fucking sucks. Who sent this shit?" Next video, boom. I got upset for a couple days, you know what I mean? I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna quit. I'm 15, you know. No, eventually, over the next few days, I was like, damn, he's probably fucking right. And I look up to this dude and I like the way his music sounds. So him telling me my shit's whack, it might really be whack. So maybe I need to go work on my shit. And the next time he hears me, he won't feel that way. You know what I mean? And I honestly, dude, like that, we're like 12 years later. That situation was so long ago, I don't think about it. But I've never had an issue taking criticism is what I'm getting at. You know what I mean? Never thought I was the best. Still don't think I'm the best. I don't aim to be the best, but I aim to get better with every release. So the criticism and feedback, I'm always open to it. As long as it's not like, fuck you, kill yourself.
Right, yeah. But I mean, I think that's
what are you supposed to respond to that? So I want to say 2 things. First off, if you want to hear more about the adventures of young Gibby Stites, you can go watch the first interview we had done in our archives, and you can find out all about his M80 days. I just want to say that first because that's a callback, and I can do that now.
Yeah, because apparently we have an archive now.
We fucking do. We have almost 100 episodes.
Oh, that's 100 episodes of our dumb shit. Have fun, guys. Check it out. You can check them out on our channel.
You got to celebrate the 100th episode and get those glasses that have like the 100.
Oh, good God.
Yeah.
We'll do something. I have no idea. Maybe it'll be the first time. It'll be the first time we actually podcast on.
I'm gonna make you do the dumbest, most like stereotypical YouTuber bullshit ever because I think that would be hilarious.
That sounds like a plan. We'll get to that. But and then second, I want to say, have you ever talked to the artist about the video since now?
I'll say that rapper got exponentially bigger after that. Like he went from like underground success to like I'll probably never reach this guy's success like in that time.
Yeah.
But actually it made his opinion more valid in my opinion more valid because I'm like he's doing really well in life. Clearly he knows what sells and does not.
Yeah. And you said what sells and what doesn't, and knowing that's a big thing that people don't want to hear, that, well, your style is not going to sell. This isn't going to work. Like if these people are making money and going in front of all these people, there's something that they're onto that obviously people like. And I mean, you don't have to like change up your whole sound, but like pay attention to what people are telling you. They're not telling you, it's bad just to be assholes. I mean, some people probably are, but I mean, overall,
that's another thing you also said is you took that as a key to get better. But there are some people out there, and I've talked about this performance before, but I'll bring it up again. The worst rap performance I've ever seen. I was at a little bar in Harrison, Ohio, and there was a guy that was in a green suit, like a green man. He was in a green man suit, like fucking Charlie from Always Sunny. And then his friend was just a bald, angry, skinny dude, and he was just screaming. I'm talking screaming into microphones, like no lyrics. I cannot understand anything you're saying. If there was a story you were telling or there was something you were trying to portray, no. Like you were talking about, it just sometimes you just can't get better. You need to stop.
Oh man. Yeah, no, I mean, listen, I don't know. I don't ever I try not to put people down, but that's only because I create music myself. So I just I can genuinely find something positive to say about a lot of shit. But that's because it's not.
Good luck with that last one.
That's it. Yeah, listen, I haven't heard this guy. So you know what? I'm not trying to discredit what you were put through or have endured. But then yeah, you see a lot of opening acts in the business that we're in, you know. So
And you wonder why they remain opening acts.
Well, you know,
yeah, man.
you're right. It's tough. You don't want to be mean, but I mean, even for yourself to look at yourself and be like, that's a hard thing to accept when you're, you know, even to be able to look at yourself and think about things like that. Like, okay, you know, is it, you know, I've been doing this for 15 years. I've put out like, you know, only managed to get out like 3 albums and I've only sold 5. And, you know, 3 of those were to my mom. Like, to be able to be honest with yourself is at some point you have to look at and evaluate what you're doing. You know, if you enjoy it, great, but you have to take the time and, hey, is this like something I'm doing just because I love it? Is this, you know, do I need to consider a career that's outside of this? So it is something you, at some point you have to consider and evaluate yourself. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I just think it's something people are scared to do because they don't want to be honest with themselves.
Right. I think that. And a lot of people, I feel like, just don't even think that far into it when they start wanting to make music or wanting to do a certain kind of career path. Like, I think they just see somebody do it and want to emulate what they saw, even if they don't want to accept that that's what's going on inside. You know what I mean? It's like, fuck, man, this guy's living that really cool life, or that guy sounds cool when he does that. This guy looks awesome, or like, and then you start doing this thing. And I feel like a lot of people don't even really sit there and like, I've been doing it for so long that I had to ask myself the questions of like, why exactly do I rap now? Because I started doing it when I was 11, 12 years old. So when I'm like 24, 25, I had a quarter life crisis where I was like, well, why do I even rap? Why do I do this thing? And then I was like, I rap genuinely because I fucking enjoy it. I love it, making music. Nothing makes me more happy than being able to spend an entire day in the studio, making beats, rapping, even editing a video, even shooting a video, the creative part of it. I love it to death. And I had to think, why do you want to make money off of it? I want to make money off of it because then I can do it more often. If I can make a living off of my music, then I can make it all day, every day, and not feel guilty about it. You know what I mean?
Well, that's the difference honestly, between a hobby. That's the difference between a hobby and a profession.
Exactly. Yeah, and I got to that point like a few years ago where I had to really 2018 was honestly when like the realization broke down, and that's when I started dropping albums instead of mixtapes. That's when I started copywriting material. I started making beats or getting them exclusively instead of leasing or free beats from YouTube. Like, I made a lot of changes in 2018 because I realized like, all right, I've been making music blindly for 8-9 years because I just love to do it and because it's fun to put out. But now I need to really evaluate shit, evaluate numbers, see what I'm spending, see what I can make back. And honestly, dude, in 2 years, I did a fucking lot. From 2018 to 2020, I went from like not having a Spotify account, not having Apple Music or music on these sites, only having a SoundCloud and 1 or 2 YouTube videos, to signing a record deal with a label we all fucking know of, to, you know what I mean? Like, like that shit really happened from 2018 to 2020. Before 2018, I put out a lot of music and I laid a lot of groundwork, but I had nothing that was professional. You know what I mean? I had not done a show prior to 2017. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like, man, like I kind of did a lot of practicing from 14 to age 20, 21. And then after that, it was like, I had to sit down and really figure out the business side of it. And like, I've been doing that ever since. I'm fucking every year it gets bigger and better. Personally, in my opinion, like, I mean, I see the numbers people don't, and I'm like, I'm doing well. Everything is fucking getting better. So let me, you know.
Yeah. You know, it really sounds, you know, having that plan and that sort of structure, you can follow that and say, hey, you know, this step, okay. It gives you that map to success, because, you know, without the matrix of the plan, you're just doing things. You don't know if you're succeeding or not, because you can't check it against anything. It's just like, well, I made $10 today. I guess I did good. But how do you know anything? So the plan definitely really, I like that, you know, that was sort of the key that sort of unlocked and let you take that next step.
All right. So you mentioned it. I wasn't going to broach it unless you did. We're not going to talk about the specifics or details. I just want to know the aftermath of the departure. I've seen a lot of people not take this well, and I've seen a lot of acts crumble because of situations like this. It's good to see that you are someone who has rolled with the fucking punches and has turned this potential negative into just an absolute positive for you in the long run.
Absolutely. I mean, first off, thank you. I appreciate you. And y'all are some of the people who were supportive of me, you know, all the way through everything. Where there was a big, you know, a lot of time on the internet where I feel like it was a lot of misunderstanding of the tone of things I was saying. And I feel like I was definitely like the center of attention for a few fucking weeks there, if not longer. In the Juggalo world, as far as the drama and speculation and this, that, and the third.
Oh yeah. Because if there's one thing Jugs love, it's fucking drama.
They do.
It is what it is. I'm gonna be real with you. This is one thing I just did not realize at the time. I didn't realize how far my voice carried. I genuinely didn't. You know what I'm saying? I didn't realize how far an opinion of mine could go. And you know, so with that said, it's like the aftermath of me actually leaving MNE and going independent again, there really like wasn't any. This was the plan all along. Like when I signed with them, I didn't sign for 5 years. I didn't sign for 10 years. We signed for one album. And to be real with you, things went so well with us all in person that we made two. You know what I mean? So I made Welcome to Illville, me, Charlie, and my people, and me and Jamie locked in and made 13th Wonder with the MNE team, with Y-Dub or James Garcia, Straight Jacket, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like, you know, in the grand scheme of things, I know how it looks on the outside is get signed, and then you either get dropped or something bad happens and you leave. But I'm here to tell y'all straight the fuck up. I don't know if like rappers just don't talk about this, but when you sign a contract to sign to a label, you sign for a certain amount of albums or time. That is what it is. These things are pre-decided. And then there are things that can happen that make you leave early, but I'm letting y'all know straight up. I signed for one album and we made two, you know what I mean? So nobody did me wrong. I wasn't like, you know what I mean? Like there wasn't this big aftermath of like Gibby got kicked off. Like, no, that really didn't fucking happen. You know what I mean? Like we knew, you know, me and George, I'm gonna say me and George straight up, like we decided mutually like, all right, cool, we're done after Illville. Yeah, we're done after Illville. And then there was a time period where I didn't know when we were gonna tell the public. You know what I mean? None of us knew when. Like, cause that's the only part I didn't understand, to be real, and that caused some of my public comments that I made that got taken out of context and shit. I just didn't understand the ins and outs of like, once the album drops, when am I officially going and when do we tell the public? So when it went public on the MNE site that I was the alumni, I was kind of caught off guard. Like, shit, I wasn't ready to wake up to people making videos about me. You know what I mean? Like, I felt like the people deserve a statement straight from the source. And that's what I did. You know what I mean? I gave a statement straight from the source, like, hey, y'all, I signed for one album and we actually made two. This is what happened. Da-da-da-da-da. So,
well, I appreciate you clearing up any misconceptions on that. I really do. So the other thing we absolutely brought you on here, the number one thing we brought you on here to talk about is 2022, a new Gibby Stites album.
Yes. All right. It's time. Y'all are getting the exclusive. All right. Oh, this is a full-length LP. I dropped an EP to start the year off. I dropped the Still Ill EP. That was because going independent again, starting my own publishing company, Illville Worldwide Music. I wanted to drop that first project and have it be just me, Charlie, no features. I wanted it to just be very personal for me and him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like on the mastering and the cuts. That was just something between me and my brother. You know what I mean? We're going to make some fire hip hop for ourselves and our souls, and we're going to drop this shit for the people. Now, Remote Control, this is my first actual full-length album since Welcome to Illville. I have been working on this since before Welcome to Illville dropped. That's the difference. This album is called Remote Control. Now, I had a trilogy before I signed to MNE. Technical Difficulties, Channel Surfing, Regularly Scheduled Programming.
Yep.
My 3 albums dropped in a row. 3 of my favorite projects I've dropped. Album Remote Control is a continuation where we left off with Regularly Scheduled Programming. It's also the beginning of a new trilogy. So imagine there are like 6 boxes Joker card status, and 3 of them are filled up top with the technical difficulty. And then you got the new one I just filled in for you. Remote Control is dropping on June 30th. Thursday, June 30th.
Thursday, June 30th.
Yes.
God damn. Is there anything you can tell us about this project that makes it definitely stand out from anything you've done? Is it like, you know, like a culmination of all things learned to up to now?
Absolutely. That's a great way to put it. First and foremost, a few things that make this project different. and stand out, in my opinion, from all my other ones. First off, heavy involvement from Stir Crazy. Now, I've worked with Stir Crazy for years. He's done singles for me, like Night of the Gibby Dead, Return of the Gibby Dead.
Good shit.
You know, little one-off tracks like Feel This Way with Jamie, another great one. But I've never had a project where Stir was heavily involved. So this project, we got 4, maybe 5 Stir Crazy beats. I don't got the track list in front of me, but he actually handled like a full, I'd say 30% of the production on this one. And the vibes Stir Crazy brought in, you know, he brought in some rap metal vibes, which I don't think we've really heard from Gibby Stites. You know what I mean?
No, not really.
There's working with him on these tracks. Like there's, how do I put this? There's another beat he gave me for a track to clear my mind that it almost has a pop feel to it. When I hear it, I say I can hear like Kanye on it, you know, and he hears like somebody. But when I'm picking these beats with Stir, it's just, he has such an eclectic sound and such a variety to choose from. Like he produces all fucking day and night. He makes like 300 beats a year. The dude's a robot, and they're all good. They're all good. So let me say that first off, working with Stir on the project gave me the opportunity to do some vibes I didn't get to before, and with a producer who I trusted, you know. Got some production on it. We got Godsynth in the mix. DJ Immaculate produced a few tracks. Charlie Beans produced a few tracks, and I produced 2 tracks, which so that's all the usual suspects for the most part, and a lot of Stir Crazy in the mix. Now with the features where it gets interesting, I got Charlie Beans rapping on a Gibby Stites beat. This to me is dope as fuck.
Oh shit. That's definitely the flip reversal. Drop the Uno card on it.
Yes, exactly. Now, one thing, Charlie's been rapping his ass off for a long time, before I ever was. He's been doing it. He's got a group called Abrasive Method. He's been a producer, rapper, all of these things, always been holding it down. So, like you just said, though, the ultimate reversal, I said, I feel like this will be the Twilight Zone for the Gibby listeners out there, because I feel like people are gonna think it's a typo when they see the track list. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, absolutely.
Like, featuring Charlie Beans, produced by Gibby Stites. You know, Gibby be making beats, Charlie be rapping. Like, you know what I mean? The people who pay close attention know these things go down. But like, I'm happy to really bring that to the forefront. We got a really beautiful track together, and this project, man, I just want to compare it real quick. I want to compare it to my EP, Channel Surfing. It's more of a continuation of channel surfing, in the sense of channel surfing was like flipping through channels to all different vibes, all different sides of the Gibby. You know what I mean? If you don't like channel 62, you might like channel 63. You know what I mean? So remote control is pretty much carrying on from that. You got the remote control, and there's 13 tracks to choose from here. I'm giving you the remote control. You pick what you're feeling today when you listen to this album.
Nice. That's a dope ass concept.
Well, thank you.
Are you going to be doing any kind of touring or anything off of this?
As of now, no shows that I can announce just yet. There are some appearances coming up very soon.
That means pay attention.
Exactly. Pay attention to the social medias. Continue to let me know what states and cities you want to see me in, because as of now, I'm just making it happen one city at a time, one show at a time. No tours in the near future, but things will be announced. Pay attention to the show. Pay attention to the social medias, and if you want to see me in your city or state, let it be known enough times, and I'll make it happen.
And I heard he likes sunny places that are warm and beautiful. So
this is a huge lie, and I dread the day I do a show in Arizona. Shout out to all my people. I know my skin will crack in half under the pressure of the sun you have out there.
I can't blame you there. Arizona is, as much as I hate the cold, Arizona, you scary.
Yeah, man, my boy out there would be like, it's 118 degrees.
No.
It's a good day. I'm like, yo, my God.
Nah, that's my friends in Florida. They're like, it's cold. What do you mean it's cold? It's 70 degrees. How the fuck is that cold?
It's not even hot outside. My air conditioner's on right now, 62, and I got the hoodie. I'm just a weird being with my temperature. I just like being in control of my temperature. That's what it is.
I found, if it's cold outside, I want to be warm. If it's hot outside, I want to be cold. That's just the way it is.
There we go.
That's funny about that post you made talking about calling people iguanas. That shit had me laughing.
Yeah, don't invite me to your terrarium.
Terrarium.
Yeah, I hate when I walk in someone's house and I immediately sweat. Bad. I feel bad. now you got to hang out with this sweaty guy. Really, you're the one who made me this way.
Oh shit.
I am.
Okay, so you actually answered one of the questions I was going to ask without me ever even having to fucking ask it. So I just want to. This is something I've been asking a lot of artists lately, and I'm just going to keep doing it. So, what do you do to improve your writing ability? Like, what is it? How is it? How do you improve your ability to write or make rhymes? Do you test yourself? Is it like because like it's like anything you do, you have to practice it to get better at it, right?
Absolutely. Number one thing is I do it a lot. Like I don't take breaks from writing. Like even things that you'll never hear that don't come out. Like pretty much almost every day I'm writing a verse or a hook or something, if not a whole lot more than that, because I'll just be alone smoking a blunt, punchlines come into my head, or a flow comes into my head. And like another thing too is as corny or goofy as it may sound, I freestyle when I'm alone. When I'm driving in my car alone, not all the time, but like every now and then, I throw on beats, Jay Dilla beats in particular. I really like old school ones. I'll throw on Jay Dilla instrumentals on YouTube and I'll freestyle about the things I'm driving around and seeing, like literally, you know what I mean? I'm on, there's a stop sign, like stupid shit, but it's like I'm having fun and I'm just,
there must be a like, I guess, I don't know if there's a college or where you rappers go to like get your ideas and like you guys get together and just like, hey man, this is how I practice. I think there's like
there does need to be like a rap
like, they're just like 4 or 5 different rappers are like, yeah dude, like I freestyle, like I'll walk down the street just taking a walk in the evening and I'll just start rapping about the trees, or I go to the grocery store and I start rapping about broccoli. I'm like,
that's me, dog. I feel that's literally me. I'll go buy some weed and I'm rapping about the weed on the way home, like as I'm going. So I did a whole dog. I wanted Burger King 3 nights ago. I did a whole freestyle in the studio about Burger King. Like, oh man, it was great. Nobody recorded it, sadly, but it was amazing.
We need to get one of those forgotten freshness kind of things, but like Gibby rapping about Burger King. We need this shit.
Absolutely. The Chick-fil-A exclusive. It's extra. Nothing.
Okay, but, so the last thing I want to talk about before we let you go, Bacon Boy. How's that going?
Fuck yes. Listen, man, Bacon Boy is alive and well, living in the Gibby verse. That's a thing people are going to be introduced to very soon. There is a Gibby verse out there. The Illville in which the music is made in is not the same Illville that Bacon Boy resides in. There's a Gibby verse, you know what I mean? But with that comic book side of the Gibby verse, doing really well, man. 2 issues of Bacon Boy are out right now. I plan on releasing 2 more before the year ends. Issue 2 ended with a cliffhanger that's going right into issue 3. Which to me, I was so happy to do that because it just shows the progression of where the series is going to go, that like, these aren't just going to be one-off things. Like they are going to build into a lore, you know what I mean? Where eventually you'll find out exactly where Bacon Boy is and what state and city, and these characters will be reoccurring. And it's going to be, it's a comedy thing. It's definitely comedy, but over time, this is a thing that I plan on doing a lot of. So the next issue I plan on doing full color because people really supported the fuck out of the last 2. And the last 2 were full color covers, but black and white insides. This time I'm gonna go for the full color insides. So yeah, man, expect the return of Bacon Boy sometime this fall and winter. I'm gonna be dropping 2 more issues. I also have other comic book projects in the works that I'm excited and I can't talk about yet, but I've been writing some comic books for other people and myself that aren't just Bacon related. And yeah, man, big things coming in the comic book world. But Bacon,
fuck yeah, man. That is great. That's great to hear that you're deciding to branch out into just so much other things. So the last thing I want to ask you before you go, there's a Gibby movie. Who's playing you?
Oh man, Gibby, Kevin James.
Kevin James.
Here comes the boom, baby. That's my dream of who plays me. I feel like realistically, no. Take that back. Sorry, Kevin. Seth Rogen.
I see it. Yeah, I definitely see it. Especially
he is like if I take the hat off, he is the better looking me. Like,
I mean, I'm
gonna give him that.
You just got to make sure to tell him that you have more. You're more than just weed. You like, I'm a rapper too. You can't just talk about weed and laugh.
No, yeah, exactly. I just picked Seth Rogen because I feel like he's got the looks and like funny.
He definitely does. He's got the looks. He's just gonna have to follow you around for a couple weeks, really, get into character, what the Gibby's all about, get inside your mind, and I think he can pull it off.
What if it's like the movie of Gibby Stites starring Kevin Hart? What? How?
Yeah, that's
When?
that's the one right there. All right, man. Do you have anything you want to tell them, or any of the social media shit where they can find you and all that good jazz?
Hey man, you can find me Gibby Stites everywhere. Not Gibby Sites, Gibby Stites, Stites.
Get it
Instagram
right.
and Twitter and everywhere, man. All the social medias. New album, Remote Control, dropping June 30th. Get your pre-order on right now at GibbyStites.com. Shout out to everybody who made this project possible. Shout out to the Pics or It Didn't Happen guys for always holding me down. And hell yeah, much love to everybody who took the time to listen to what we had to say.
All right, y'all. Gibby, it is always such a good fucking time talking to you, man. Can't wait to the next time I can actually kick it with you in person.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
To find us, it's Pics or It Didn't Happen on Instagram. It's Pics or It Didn't Happen official, because it's stupid because Instagram's like that. YouTube's Pics or It Didn't Happen.
You're watching.
Fats King, if you actually want to talk to me on the internet.
Yeah, he's there. I'm Yeti Night. I took pictures.
They exist. They're very polite.
Oh shit! I get to shout out my brother. He's starting a new endeavor. He's taking fucking action figure photography. If you see these dope ass pictures, like and share these motherfuckers. Comment on them. Tell them how cool this shit looks, because it's pretty fucking cool.
It also means I get to buy toys and be a child again.
Fuck yes. We all need that. We all need to heal our inner child by getting the things that we didn't have the money to have when we were kids.
Well, the only problem is they jacked the prices up on these action figures. I used to be able to get turtles at Walmart for like $6 back in the day. Now they're like, no, $69.99, brother.
Yeah, they know we're grown now, and we're the ones who still want them.
Yep.
They're like, oh, y'all got jobs now. All right,
price jumped up. It's economics, man. I don't know nothing about it.
Me either. But until next time.
Peace.